All right, so first we're going to start off with adding and subtracting fractions. All right, let's start off with adding fractions first. I'm going to be using, or we are going to be using 2/3 and 1/4 as our example throughout our fluency lesson today. All right, I have 2/3 plus 1/4. The very first thing I need to do is find common denominators. How do you do that? Well, you write out the multiples of both your denominators. In this case, 3 and 4. So as you can see, I wrote out the multiples of both 3 and 4. 3, 6, 9, 12. 4, 8, 12. All right. And as I was writing, I found that 12 is a common multiple of both 3 and 4. All right. When you write out the multiples like I did, it is so much easier to point out the common multiple of each denominator. All right. After which, you're going to multiply to get the common denominator. All right. And so I know that 4 times 3 is 12 and 3 times 4 is 12. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 4 by 2/3 so I can get a denominator of 12. All right. And then I'm going to multiply 3 by 1/4 again to get a denominator of 12. When I multiplied, I got 8 twelfths and 3 twelfths. After that, I simply just add, and I got 11 twelfths. Piece of cake? All right, piece of pie. Let's move on to subtraction. It's the same exact thing, except for the last step, we are subtracting. So let's go and run through it one more time. The first thing you need to do is find your common denominators. In this case, our denominators are 3 and 4. In order to do that, if we are having trouble, we can write out the multiples of 3 and 4. 12 is a common multiple of both 3 and 4. In order to get 2/3, in order to get the 3 in order to get 12 as the denominator, I have to multiply by 4. And 1/4, in order to get 12 as a denominator, I have to multiply by 3. So again, 8 twelfths and 3 twelfths. What I do now is I just simply subtract. 8 twelfths minus 3 twelfths equals 5 twelfths. When I get, ladies and gentlemen, when I get to my final answer, if I can simplify my fraction, I will. In this case, I cannot simplify 11 twelfths or 5 twelfths. All right, I'm going to leave this up here for a few seconds. And if you are savvy with technology, I'm pretty sure there's a way that you can take a picture of this on your laptop, your tablet, your phone, or whatever whatever electronic you are using for this video. All right, let's move on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be multiplying and dividing fractions. I'm sorry you can't see my face because I have to use my phone, and I don't know how to keep switching back and forth from viewing me and then going back, and yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. All right, so now we're going to multiply and divide fractions. Let's start with multiplying. I think maybe you too, multiplying may be the most easiest thing we'll probably do with a fraction. It's literally 2 steps. All right, again, we're going to use 2/3 and 1/4. First, we multiply across or cross multiply. Okay, 2/3 times 1/4. 2 times 1, you're going to multiply your numerators. 2 times 1 is 2, and then you're going to multiply both denominators, and 3 times 4 is 12. Last, you simplify if possible. In this case, I can simplify. I am going to, in order to simplify a fraction, you need to divide it by the greatest common factor of both the numerator and the denominator. And the greatest common factor, not multiple, but factor of 2 and 12 is 2. I divide the fraction by the greatest common factor. And 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. So again, in order to simplify a fraction, we must divide the fraction by the greatest common factor of both of the numerator and the denominator. Piece of cake, piece of pie. All right. Let's look at how we divide. All right. Again, 2/3 divided by 1/4. I'm going to use 2/3 and 1/4. We can't divide fractions. Sorry, that's supposed to say fractions. And we're back. Now it says it. We can't divide fractions. All right. We cannot divide fractions. We must make this fraction a multiplication sentence. And in order to do that, here's what we need to do. The first thing we need to do is reciprocate or find the reciprocal of a fraction. In other words, we're going to just simply flip the fraction. All right. 2/3 divided by 1/4. I'm going to flip 1/4 into 4/1. So now I have 2/3 divided by 4/1. The last step is to multiply. Make it a multiplication sentence and then cross multiply. All right. That says the, and it's supposed to say then. And we're back. All right, 2/3 times 4/1. We cross multiply and we get 8/3. 8/3 is an improper fraction. Is that simplified? No, it's not. We can turn that into a mixed number, which brings me to my next point.